Honestly, the decision by the president to be involved in the election 2011 will not be wrong with that. The other side has happened for 10 years now. You know, president now. The finish campaign for the other government and you want to do it without going to president. So what is wrong with the then go there, what we do for you to help you with lawyer, your partner has been good for lawyer. So what from who after that when someone doesn't do it? I've never seen them why you are doing it. You know what for me? Resolution is not a law. So starting the resolution means we agree. Bring it on. But that send a bill, they will not put all the law before you now.
I call to rescue one. Do you think that Dollar be 80 years old to be able to rescue this country? We embellished. You know, when you are a sales representative, when you are a salesperson, you're selling a commodity or a product. Your job is to embellish. So, did you think I knew, or did you think I mistook you for a rescuer? An old man just thinking about history with a man who cannot even operate a laptop computer. No, we SEPT. We made a compromise. That's all. We SEPT. We compromise. And we believe you were a good man. And we are sympathetic towards you. We in all Liberian party. And after we showed you and told you about and projected that you could rescue this country. We called you rescue. How could you rescue the country or even rescue your own finances? 12 years as vice president, we have to be begging for money all over the place, raising money to sustain you. What contacts did you establish as vice president? What? They showed. Dysfunctional juggernaut led by.
At least 20 people have now been killed in anti-corruption clashes in Nepal, with hundreds more injured.
Corruption! We are fighting against corruption! This is the motto of our protest, fighting against corruption!
High-velocity water cannon and tear gas were the weapons of choice for police against what organisers have dubbed the Gen Z protests. So how did this all start? Young people have been taking to the streets to rally against a government social media ban that saw the likes of Insta, X and TikTok taken away. This came after a Nepo Kid campaign put the spotlight on the lavish lifestyles of the children of politicians. But the problems run deeper. Youth unemployment is high across Nepal and claims of government corruption are rife.
All the Nepalese citizens are fed up of corruption. Every youth are going outside the country, so we want to protect our youth and make the country's economy better. For that, we need a new youth, new power, and new politicians who are well educated to move the country forward.
Under pressure, the government lifted the ban, and the Prime Minister has now resigned. They had said after an emergency meeting on Monday that they made decisions to address the demands of Gen Z. But the government had justified the ban by saying they wanted to tackle fake news, hate speech, and online fraud, an argument young protesters just weren't buying.
Our demand and desire is for peace and to end corruption so that people can actually work and live back in the country. We will work to continue pressure on the government.
The clashes haven't stopped. Kathmandu's international airport suspended flights, and the former Prime Minister's residence has been ransacked by protesters. But with the indefinite curfew seemingly being ignored and protests spreading to other regions, anger towards the government shows no signs of letting up.
Well, we're joined now by Nayana Prakash, who is a research fellow at Chatham House. Thank you so much for joining us. I just wanted to start by asking, what's your reaction to what we're seeing in Nepal?
As much as it may seem that these protests have come seemingly overnight with very little provocation, the idea of, the frustration with corruption in the current and, the former government has been there for quite some time. And the social media ban is only the kind of the straw that's broken the camel's back in this instance.
What did the government say? What was their reasoning behind the social media ban in the first place?
So social media bans like this typically happen when the government wants social media companies to comply with governmental norms and the way of doing things in that particular country. It's not unusual in South Asia. We've seen that happen in India, obviously in Nepal's neighboring country, obviously China not far away as well. So social media companies simply had to register with the Nepalese government in order to continue doing business in that country. Many of them failed to do so and were thus banned, which triggered protests which were sparked by very limited choice.
And what are the protesters saying in general, and what do they want?
When they were coming, they said they were freedom fighters. When they were coming, they said they were liberators.
We're seeing a lot of them refer to themselves as being Gen Z, as being youth protesters, them in their 20s or younger. They referred to...
Oh, yes, indeed. What a great day. Indeed, a perfect opportunity it feels to be back behind these microphones. Fellow Liberians, good morning. Good morning, just wherever you are this morning under our voice. We'd like to admonish you to keep courage, keep believing that no matter what, the turning point will come one day. And one day, the suppressions will be over. Oh, yes, indeed. There's always that D-Day for just whatever the case, whether it's the lack of control on the markets, the hardship, the lack of employment, and the news of corruptions and stealings every day across government. Just everything that's bothering you, and you are talking, but yet still those in power ignore your concerns, and they use heavy hand to brutalize you, to kill your children when they speak out, when they stand out. The people are always powerful than the government. They are more than the government. They're powerful than the government. And any sound person in power will always remember that true power lies with the people. Good morning. Just wherever you are, a pleasant good morning and welcome to those of you in the diaspora, our friends and fans, and of course our followers. What a great day. There are too many things to talk about this morning. Oh yeah, we're watching the screen. We're playing you our video footage from the scenes in Nepal, whether in Asia, where citizens after taking to the streets to vent the long-standing anger of wanton corruption, state control, where the government, and it is something that dates back to the past and present government. The corruption issue where the families, the children are living lavishly and the masses are there, they're hungry. The government is not paying attention. They're riding fabulous luxurious vehicles. They're traveling big. They're living big. They're on campus. Their conditions, their life is quite different. And then their parents are in power, but their parents are doing very little to address the general concerns of the masses, of the people in Nepal. And to make matter even worse, they say the straw that broke the camel's back, and the very government decided to impose social media ban. Oh my God. The young folks took to the street, and no matter whatever reform, no matter whatever adjustment, they were determined that the oppressors would be kicked out. And this time it was not only about one person, they went for its entirety. The prime minister resigned. He said no, it's not enough. They went for the finance minister. Disgraced the finance minister, beat him, threw him from the top of some kind of I think they're into a drainage. Imagine the all-powerful finance minister. It is the people power. Be careful with political power. Be careful. Respect the people. Do not earn the anger of the people. We are telling you, you, Mr. Police Director, with all your powers, do well just wherever you are. Utilize your power and your authority, but don't infringe on the rights of the people. Last evening, I was watching a video somewhere, I think Front Street area, where I'm told an invasion was ordered in the night, and the family were thrown out of their homes, and they were crying, Liberian family, crying, say, why did you how can our government do this to us in the net? Where we get to go? And for Lebanese people business, for this people business, blah, blah. I'm sure some of you have stumbled across that video. These things are hurting. Our children. And you have one man, he calls himself civil service director, just beating about taking bread from other family table, as if to say he is more Liberian than them, and creating no other alternative means for survival. You're earning the people's anger. Keep believing that everything you do, that CDC, when you're making the people angry. We're not wishing for anything, but we are saying some of the things are, of course, natural, and they come about. Oh yeah, once you think you feel because you have power now, you can do anything. Look at the case. Is it a janitor or a security man works at the Ministry of Youth and Sports? So one of the deputy ministers, the man let daughter go in a place to go speak to the man, looking for opportunity. The man used that one, according to what we've heard and listened to so far, and allegedly raped the child, sexually abused the child. Why are you using power to abuse? You say you freedom fighter, you raping our children. That same Ministry of Youth and Sport, another one, right, took our sister for 20 United States dollar business, tell her to naked herself. They making fun. The people rift. It's in Nepal. Water cannon, tear gas were all resistance. And lawmaker had to be pulled out by helicopter. Had to carry helicopter. Start taking them out for safety. Don't make the people vex. But this is Liberia, and so this morning we're going to be looking at the situation around the LPRC and of course petroleum tank farm owners and the latest attempt to regulate prices at that level. The Rule of Law Caucus Chair Representative Jacobs Deby of Grangida County had a press conference yesterday to look at that and make sense of the entire action, as of course Nimba County District 7 lawmaker and CMC political leader have termed the action as a sabotage or political attack, just whatever. And then the CDC Secretary General also spoke about it. There are different views that have come, and the government continue to insist. And Senator Mui of Bond County have said that he has also provided his own narrative, and so we will look at all of these things, just oppose and make sense. In the meantime, before Arvin comes in, and then we'll talk the hardcore politics. My name is Abu. Today is Thursday, and of course, we're paying cash. We're paying beautiful money here on the show. *255 *1#. That's the code you have to play. Once you have a cell phone and you have a Lone Star cell number in it, grab that phone and keep sharing the life. Let more people see, let more Liberian families see and follow what is happening in Nepal. And you understand, right? It's important, and even the government folks need to see it. You're not more powerful than the people. You come, you divide this country, you ostracize everybody, and then you refusing to allow people the opportunity to live and earn a living in their own country. And when people talk, you call them names. You have ministers and deputy ministers, and of course the director at LBS. Every Liberian that open their mouth to say something, they will start cursing your man and your pa. Jeremy Pia, Daniel Sanu, Eugene Fagon. Y'all be cursing the people, okay? You got good morning. Welcome.
Good morning, Abu. Good morning to you. Good morning to Liberians. It's good. We are back here to climax our partnership for this week, and too many things to talk about. I'm here going through what is currently happening there in Nepal. The Gen Z protest is a very interesting but terrible one. The reason it is interesting is because, Abu, it is enlightening us more on what it is like when the citizens are tired, when the people feel oppressed, when the people feel like we have no other option, we have no other alternative but to take actions.
Take our destiny.
Yes, we have to hold our destinies in our own
Men will
hands.
die, but
Yes,
will come.
and as we speak, over 250 persons are reported dead in the Nepal Gen Z protest. But yet, the young people have not backed down. They remain committed. I was just watching a live podcast from there where they are claiming on the billboards, turning down pictures of officials of government, especially the prime minister and all of that. I saw them running behind the prime minister in the pool of water. I saw all of that. Even the deputy prime minister. I also watched lawmakers.
So it's about erasing the entire every sign or emblem of the regime. Erasing it everywhere in their life.
I saw a scene where helicopters were forced to come to send down
military helicopter
over the parliament, over water and send a rope.
So they evacuate.
So if you strong, you climb on the rope, and I saw full officials, full members of parliament. On that, but it's terrible, and it's interesting. We must see it. In as much as it is terrible, lives are being lost, actions that are taken are terrible. But yes, it is interesting because it set a stage for leaders to understand that the power that we are playing with is in the hands of those who brought us here. And at any point, when they feel disenchanted, they can use their same power, this very same power they gave us, they can use the same power to get us out of here. And this is what is happening in Nepal.
I mean, very well. And these are eye-opening moments, particularly for reasonable leadership. Right?
These are moments as we speak now.
These are moments where a leadership, right, should consider, sitting down and evaluating. You can be a leader and then you say, whenever the people express their displeasure, they use, and of course they underprivileged. You don't want to listen, and in fact you resist. You kind of trust your ability to suppress the people more than the power they have, right, to do what they can do to alter their destiny. and this is where you mix the mark, believing that, you're so powerful, you get all this other person, you get that person, and you can suppress whatever dissent that comes from anywhere. Anybody that's giving those kinds of advice to a leader or a president in any given instance, that person is not in the interest of the leader. You should always find a room to say, let's hear them out. Whether you do or not, but let's hear them out. Let's listen to them.
Most definitely, it's important, and what is happening in Nepal should be a learning curve for us specifically here in Liberia and in Africa in general. It's important for African leaders to learn from what is happening. Even the police that have come in the street have not stopped the protesters. Even
and guess what? You know, it's spreading across. It's spreading across the country. It has almost taken over about 60 to 70% of Nepal right now is locked down into the Gen Z protests. It has gone beyond. It's a national rude awakening.
The protesters are just many. Even the water truck that is being used cannot even help. It's not even helping. The police are oh my gosh, it's terrible. For those of you watching, continue. You can also follow BBC Live. You will see live happenings there from Nepal. But again, like Abu said, today is Thursday and we are here. The time is a minute up to 8 o'clock. All you have to do for just $50 Liberian, you stand a chance right here. You play the cash giveaway using *255*1#, *255*1#, or *255*1#. For those of you using the smartphone, and then just for $50 Liberian, you stand a chance to win up to 10,000 Liberian dollars right here. So it is up to you between now to 8:15. We want to do a draw. The back to school bonanza is on and it's improving every day. There are others who are now competing. There are people who were at second place, third place, fourth place. They've extended their lead and they've moved up to top one. You too can do it. You could be even at the bottom depending on how many times you play. You could go on top, but all you have to do this morning is to play the cash giveaway using *255*1# and *255*1# for those using the smartphone. Just $50 Liberian. You stand a chance to receive up to 10,000 and also be a part of a draw where the grand prize is 100,000 scholarship fund, and then the silver prize is 25,000 scholarship fund, and then yes, we have all 5 persons will be working away with the transportation fund. You can be like them, you can be a part of them, you can win here instantly and also win as part of the bonanza. Are you watching?
Yeah, so that is that. And another incident also occurred yesterday international. It's important that has to do with the fatal killing of the conservative activist
in the US. I listen to President Donald Trump.
Kurtz, Charlie Kurtz was a for the most part fanatical supporter of the current president of the US. And he played significantly in Mr. Trump's campaign. As a conservative, he holds strong the views that that speaks against the LGBTQ community and of course and other liberal value systems. So people in that category for the most part are always at odds with a vast majority of people, in as much as I don't know, but there have not been any clear indication as to all of those to say, oh, this person, this are the group, or anybody claiming responsibility and all that. But there are a lot of allegations or informations out there as to the possible reasons for which he was killed, he was shot. I watched the video, and the video is so terrible. I mean, the young man is 31 years old. The young man is having an engagement on the university campus there in Utah, and of course, from wherever the gunshot came, and that was it. I mean, the blood oozing out of the fellow's body, and nobody deserves to die because of their views or because of their stance, and of course, because of speaking out. Nobody deserves to even be put in jail, list to talk about getting killed because of the view they hold. So the same way you feel and you're strong about your view that you want to kill another person, also understand that that person is equally feeling strong about their view. It is only tolerance that will make you, every time you have to put yourself in people's shoes, the same way you believe that being this person, is so precious to you That's the same way the other men on the other side believe, especially given the societal context. Given the societal context, we got to say that before some of you go misconstrue people conversation. Given the societal context, the same way you believe that this view that you hold, and you know, so strong to you, and you can die for it, except the other man also hold his values like that. So you have no right to kill that man because the man, you know, who his own value, or the man is refusing to accept your own. No, you have to be tolerant, accept, and you talk about it. Convince the man, be able to talk, right? Instead of fighting. So the entire America, and of course the war at large, right, was kind of taken aback by the manner in which Charlie was killed, murdered, right? And I read comments from former President Joe Biden, former President Barack Obama, and of course Kamala, and just different war leaders all issue, you know, comments.
I think I was also following from the Israeli Prime Minister.
Yeah, the Israeli Prime Minister too.
He also made a statement towards that, and
but he probably don't matter, man. That man said a murderer. You also killing people for their beliefs. So but this is it. Anyway, let's leave those other ones in focus. But we just want to say sympathy to the folks in America, right? And of course the family. We share and of course express our sentiments of empathy for the loss of a strong human rights advocate or an advocate for his belief. Like any other advocates anywhere should be protected. There must be laws. Democracy do not call for these kinds of things. And of course, we have to make sure that we preserve the fundamental, you know, sacrament of democracy. If we can't do that now, then that means we're practicing something different. In a democracy, you got to be willing to tolerate people's view, no matter how toxic you think they are, right? You have to be willing to accept it, and don't kill somebody for it. Don't torture somebody for it, right? Don't molest somebody because of that. So all of these things. So two major things that we needed to talk to you about on the other side before we can come home now and start having breakfast with everything that's happening. So here, the government of Liberia have said they have identified that tank farm holders at the LPRC have been making 35 cents, and in their mind, right, for more than 15 years, some of them have operated these things. But in their mind, today, now that Baka is president, they believe that said money should be redirected, and it's being redirected to projects like the rural fund, not the rural fund, but the yellow machine.
Yeah, I think I heard about that.
Purchase and maintenance of the yellow machine, right? And what is so laughable about that, mind you, from the very get-go of this thing, and what we try to signal to all of you is the attempt by the government and the officials for you all to see the level of lies and deception and of course misinformation that this government continue to lead with. About how many months ago, several months ago, the president was in a cabinet meeting at that place. The president bragged that his friend was giving him yellow machine. So how a president who tell the world and tell the country that my friend is giving me yellow machine at no cost to the country.
It's a gift.
It's a gift. And that very conversation transition from being a gift to something that we have to pay for.
Starting from a very huge cost first.
Yeah. In fact, even where we are sitting now, there were monies paid and some of the machines and equipments are in the country and nobody is talking about it. Nobody is talking about it. What's the status of those equipments that were brought in the country?
Where are they?
Where are they? How much was paid? Where? I mean, just anything about that thing, nobody's talking about it. Everybody focus, oh, you're bring two, yeah. So what about the first one you brought? A mama ability and were flying all on car with, right? Past that one, the whole conversation changed. So no, you're not free again anymore. So basically, from the first instant, the president was lying, and this is what you don't like to hear. The president was basically lying, was trying to conceal the facts. They wanted to take the money from the Liberian people, buy the machine, and then lie to us that a friend gave it to him, when in fact they're taking the Liberian poor money to do it. This is deception, and leaders are not supposed to be liars. There's a clear indication that our president is a man who tells lie, right? Beyond that, the whole narrative changed when the media mounted the relevant pressure. The narrative changed. They said, "Oh, you know, the president say whatever happened first, you know, correct. So I come and set up team, come and do it correct. Set up the committee. Set up a committee to go headed by the vice president to pursue this yellow machine thing. What happened? What not happened? A letter surface that I'm hearing now that elements from within the executive mansion solicited bribe, right, and took the president's signature and put it on that communication, right? Okay, Caterpillar. That's a narrative coming from the cool angle. Say, oh, the authenticity of that communication cannot be, verified or established because they have reasons to believe that it is not the president that wrote that communication. Somebody who might have collected money from Caterpillar or the dealership, right? Took that money, wrote that thing, go in the mansion, take the president's signature and pull it on it. It sounded so very laughable, but I know this is exactly how things are happening in the executive mansion. So, and that is the reason why the vice president insisted that in spite of that communication, he will not allow Caterpillar to go ahead, but rather his own Chinese company. The company that's bringing a lower grade, lower spec machine, and they have no guarantee for training people that will be working on it, nor any kind of spec. First of all, the machines, its own spare part is not as available as Caterpillar is, but the vice president wants to go there because the arrangement secures or protects certain
and give him opportunity, certain opportunity.
Some of the 4M will be safe. At least pushing towards his 2029 campaign, he gets some of the money sitting somewhere. All that won't pass. Yesterday, I got to know that indeed, vice president people will be the one to bring the yellow machine. Okay, they are the one in power. They decide to do whatever they want to do. What is the procurement? When did the vice president become procurement director and blah, 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 all these things. A lot of violations around. You have PPCC man, that is complete conflict of interest. Riding or flying with the vice president to go somewhere to go do assessment and blah, blah, blah. This is terrible. Everybody we've spoken to, they said this is not how the thing works, but the government just don't care. They continue to do. They sat down. This most ability man is making a lot of inroads. He's going to Nimba, he's making noise there. He's going to Bon County, he's making noise there. Prince Moi wants to be seen as the man who can deliver Bon County, and of course, so that he will be picked by Jeremiah Kun as his vice running mate in any possible puzzle. Assuming the president does not end the term, Jeremiah Kun should consider him as a VP. Assuming the president ends and the president decides to back down, Jeremiah Kun should pick him as the vice president. So he has to keep showing that dominance.
Everybody's showing strength now.
So with Musa and Marvin Coden movement into Bon County,
it's a threat to him.
He feels that this man is trying to play with it. Okay, so but we say now here, we are the people running the town, and the man won't come here and making loose statement. Okay, let's go back to Monrovia. Came to Monrovia, call Amos to look, my man, you gotta look at it. They may say get money. Where am I getting your money from? Okay, they think fine. They may generate 35 cents on each gallon. Assume they did all their calculation. Oh, this is the quantum of money this man is making. Okay, we see why he's doing what he's doing. So okay, let's pour this money. Right? Let's deal with it. You only come in argue and Musa say you say
not even by 50%.
Yeah.
So 98%.
Cut the whole thing down for 1 man. Look, today is Musa, but anybody can venture into that business as a Liberian and reach there.
Well, it's not only Musa that is there.
Yeah, not only, but it is because of him that they are going ahead.
Because of Musa, now others are going to feel people who are not even in politics. They are just focused on their business because of a particular man.
Yeah,
the government is taking action. All of them is going to witch hunt all of them, and this is it.
And when these businesses close, Liberians will be losing their job. But policymakers don't care. All they care is they should stop Musa from doing. And the things Musa is doing, he's intervening in the life of the ordinary people.
And even helping the government.
Yeah, the bridge is building, right? The project Musa has done single-handedly. across all of the areas
it's
more than the Bwaka government that they have initiated for themselves from start to finish.
Talking about Lofa County, Mai Gibi County, Bon County, Nimba County to talk about. He tried making efforts in Bapolu. The government went there, showmanship to intervene. The Gopo, how they call it, wedding roar, and I know they still on the road there. They see that breach they facing only because of politics. So Musa is being haunted today. He's being fought today because in the government, I don't know, Abu. This is where my disappointment always come in.
And they are not doing anything.
They are not even seeing. They are not seeing Musa's intervention as a call that should be, or an action that should be appreciated by even this very government, because there are some places that Musa have helped alleviate the complaints from Liberians living there, that if Musa was not to do that, Liberians who are living there would have been by now be putting pressure on the government.
And the thing is, it's so small-minded, right? This is not an outright guarantee that Liberian will just move and start and elect. It will be a whole different conversation. You see plenty of things in the country. So you must be more interested in the economic relief that's happening for your citizens. But you're angry. You lack the capacity and the willpower to go and do it for the people. Another citizen goes in there, even if he has a political ambition, right? But the fact that this man is not loosely talking anymore, right? Where you are supposed to lay bridge, that you do not have the capacity or the priority to go, he has gone to lay bridge there. You say, okay, the source of his revenue is what you're going to attack, so that he will not be able to help in the life of these people. All of the project he wants to do will not happen. Then Prince Moi will be the man in Bon County, right? That is that. But Liberians, it's up to you to decide who are those in your. And so for them, there are a group of people who believe that Liberia should remain like this. When Liberia remain like this, it's good for them. Their authority, their influence, their affluence, their power, everything will remain intact. So an attempt to want to expose and open the eyes of the Liberian people to start thinking differently, they will go after you. And this is how everything about that LPRC thing looks like. It's clear. And you see the concerted effort at it, right? All of them. So now, what are the duties and functions of lawmakers, right? To see senator, right, play a lead role, campaigning on behalf of the executive, not even asking for the instrument to come for their review, to see what are their constituencies' interests, right, are guaranteed. No, Primo don't care. Or Primo care. Primo outrightly agrees with whatever, right, the executive wants to do to the LPRC, because Amos Toy have said it is a mandate from the president. It is the president's mandate. So if you're looking for who is after Musa or any opposition in this country, is Bwaka, right? So it's the president's mandate. Primo says he ignores his oversight. He ignores his representation, because as a representative, you're representing the people's interests. So if the executive proposes something, you want to evaluate.
Or you should represent the people's interests.
Exactly. You should evaluate that. That's why it has to come to you. You call the people to come to sit down and talk to you and see what are the people's interests there. You have to always stand that ground. But when you start coming now, the press conference that is supposed to be held by the LPRC, you are the one holding that press conference. You are the one explaining the policy. You are the one. Then you convince everybody that whatever is happening
is political,
was engineered by you. You are part of the clique that engineered that thing. That is why you have absolute understanding of
how did you get to understand the policy even more than the person instituting the policy if it did not originate from you? So it is either you were part of the planning process of this entire thing, so you have a better and clear understanding of it. So the only thing you can do now, somebody will say, since you are in this position, the people will believe you. You have to come up and make it clear that this is a general thing. This is in the interest, and this is only coming from people who are within the legislature and lack integrity, and many of whom are with the regime. So this entire country now, lawmakers' oversight responsibility has been brought by the executive. So once it is against the interest of certain group of politicians who people see as threat to their survival in politics, no oversight would not be utilized in that position.
Correct.
So this is Liberia. Our country now is generating. Let's imagine how many persons are employed or are under the employ of those who are running those farms. How many persons are under their employ? The closure of that, or the way the government is acting now, it will compare those people to either do redundancy or close down.
No, their target is to get the people out, right? That is their target. You gotta understand the man that's coming after you. What is his target, right? Their target is to get the people out of job or out of business. So when that happens, so assuming each of them have like 150 employees, all of them will be sidelined. They wouldn't have job. And mind you, most of the petroleum people are people that voted for the regime.
Mm-hmm.
People that voted for the regime, especially the ones that are working with them.
But you think the guys got interest in people that voted for them? I watched a video. I think I sent it to you of a lady who was evicted last night.
Yeah, but you know the lady thing I'm talking about. The narrating what she was complaining.
Yeah, what she was complaining. Voted the government. All those things. So when you look at that, the people don't even care. Now, once you are a common person, you voted for them, they care. They're gonna go for the bigger names. So whether you voted for them, your vote, that people whether you dance, they don't care about it.
They don't care. All they care is who won't come for the power that we get. That John Brown. Okay, John Brown power will deal with you. So no matter who is depending on John Brown, who is working with John Brown, they don't care. They go after and destroy all of you. But here's the actual thing that actually, because I see them attempt to buy sentiment that, we're taking the money from the people and we're giving it to the government, and the government will utilize it for the Liberian people. How many times have we heard that? Fellow Liberians, the very United Party government instituted a tariff where the 20 or 25 cents road phone tax, right? Every gallon of gasoline you buy here, they are taking that amount of money from us. They said they're going to solve our road problem. All the trucks and everybody that can go to the southeast and the southeast, the gasoline and fuel that they can use. You've been paying for how many years? Have the government of Liberia in general, have they fixed your road? Right? Those that are heading the road fund area, secretariat, right, or office, go and see the mansions that they are building. Go and see the life. They're flying business class. So the government folks will always lie to us that, their money will come and take it. When we take it, we'll invest in it. Imagine pre-moy then, right? They say they take the money, they put it, they give the government. When they give it to government, then government will face our rule, government will do the one, government will bring the yellow machine, and blah 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 and blah blah blah. These are all sentimental narrative intended to sway public sentiment on their side. But here's the fact: the truth is, this is not what the government wants to do. The government is not going to do that. This yellow machine thing, government got to come clear. One moment they will tell us, say they're sourcing loan from EcoBank, right? Another moment they will tell us, say they won't take the money from Musa Belete. So technically that Musa Belete money they will use to buy, right? Now, the business Musa and others doing, is it illegal? No, right? The permission to do that business, who granted it? The government of Liberia. Do they pay tax? Yes, indeed, they pay tax to the government, right? So the profit that they made, the government have sat and evaluated. The profit from making that business is what government is attacking. Today is Musa. Tomorrow they can come in the cocoa industry. They can come somewhere where there's powerful person.
The robot,
right?
And everything.
The robot. They say, okay, government will take charge of the whole robot thing, right? You can only work. Government will do this because we realize that the people who've been owning robot farm and doing robot business, they're making more profit.
They stop the exploitation of robot because of a particular person that they got interest in.
Exactly, right? So we have to think outside the box. We're not running that kind of system where government will take everything. Government creates the enabling environment for Liberians to thrive, right, and be successful, irrespective of which or whoever that person is. You must be able to live and work in your own country and realize your dream and, of course, achieve your fullest potential.
If the government wanted to, why the government can go to the mining sector? The Ashila Metal, then Beer Mountain, everybody.
This is the same thing they're doing with the vehicle lesson thing, right? Somebody say they prefer a Lebanese man to come here and make the million than a Liberian man. Right?
Somebody making money and the government is losing.
You have the business in a Liberian man's hands. Let's forget about the small one that we all can be complaining all this. But you have a business transaction that can make a Liberian a millionaire. The government says, because the man, we see the man, this, that, blah, blah, blah. So, of course, we'll take the thing from the man and give it to a 419 Lebanese BM Hezbollah connected company. They just faking document all over the place. Right? The whole traffic management thing. Some of the things we not even get recently about them. And they will open our more again.
And Abu, this is just the same thing we were saying the last time about even how they called it the DSTV, Simeon Freeman. It started like from the LBS boss. So if Simeon was not Somali strong by now, the government have tried to take away his business, or maybe could try to bring in somebody.
So let's see the trend. 1 minute. Let's see the trend. It started with Yiboti, a Liberian man, running a company, right, and flourishing. They go after Yiboti. Then they move to Simon Freeman, right? And because Simon Freeman is a political leader of the MPC, they go and start attacking and using sentimental populist argument. They go after Simon Freeman. You're not seeing the trend. How the government will be attacking her own citizens, right? And destroying their businesses. And you say, oh, it's normal, it's okay. Then they leave from there, they go for Musa Belete. And you all think it's okay. So have you asked yourself, why they're not going for Jetty? They're not going for SEPT. They're not going for George Ada.
No.
Right? But every businesses that they have targeted are businesses owned by Liberians.
Liberians, especially from the opposition side.
And guess what? So when they remove like the petroleum tank farm owners, when they remove them now,
once they see and move them,
guess who are those that will be in charge? The foreigners, the different concession companies that have tank farms that they're operating. So you have a leadership in the country that accepts and believes that foreigners should be in charge, right? And kill the very few Liberians that are there. They're not even thinking about widening the space for other Liberians to come on board.
And Abu,
the few that are there, they're getting rid of them.
Just quickly before we do our draw, Abu, the only reason you see these guys pushing the interest of foreigners because they believe they can intimidate those foreigners into pushing a higher kickbacks.
What kind of higher kickback? You get penny for this thing.
So
you know what the men can go for?
So Abu, the thing is,
go to a supermarket. The
thing is, it is not easily possible for them to go to Musa Belete and request kickback from him, but it is more easier to go to a foreigner to request whether penny. It is more easy for them to intimidate a foreigner to get something from him than to intimidate Mele Musa Belete.
Yeah, but that idea is terrible.
So you always, but that's why it is, Abu.
You always see nigga can't be this country. You can't live in the country, work and be millionaire.
No, because my government, Liberians will fight me. But let's be frank. This is the kind of country we've built.
Go Ghana, go Nigeria.
This is the kind of country Liberians are not noted for helping each other. That's why you see, even when a Liberian is selling in a shop and they got another foreigner by them selling similar goods, Liberians will prefer buying from the foreigners than going to their own Liberian brother. Because the problem here is, Abu, I don't want to empower you to be in a position tomorrow where I will sit and start comparing, especially when I'm from the weather side now. Yeah. So you feel like, oh, when empower Abu will won't compete with me. So that crap mentality, that I should only be in charge.
And the government is officializing that.
Oh yeah.
That is the terror.
Oh yeah.
So let's read what the Secretary General of the Opposition CDC wrote in respect to this conversation. United Party economic gangsterism exposed. Fellow Liberians, What is unfolding at the Liberia Petroleum Refining Company is nothing short of a carefully orchestrated fraud against the Liberian people. This is not just mismanagement. It is a deliberate criminal conspiracy designed to rob our nation of hundreds of millions, in which a small cycle of Unity Party lobbyists or loyalists and quietly prepare the ground to rig the 2029 elections. The amended and restated Public Procurement and Concessions Act is clear. All procurement involving public funds must go through the Public Procurement and Concession Commission. Yet today, Amos Tuer, the Secretary General of the Unity Party, who now sits as Managing Director of the LPRC, has brazenly violated this law by secretly importing petroleum product without any international tender, right? International tender. This is a direct assault on the Liberian people. You won't bring the referee and the player at the same time. We must ask critical questions in defense of our democracy and survival as a nation. Was this petroleum importation contract valued in the hundreds of millions subjected to the PPCC process? 1. 2. What is the annual value of this contract and how many years is it set to run? 3. Which company was handpicked behind closed doors to benefit from this shady deal, and what are the terms? 4. Was a PPCC no objection ever obtained as the law requires? Right? Because government of Liberia, Amos Tuer, they didn't get the money to go buy that quantum of petroleum product. So that thing here, LPRC bringing product, it is a third-party source that's bringing the product, right, on behalf of the LPRC or making the finance available. So the question becomes, how was that source or that party, right, selected? Who are they working for? How much are they going to be making? Who gives account? Who takes account? Who takes custody of the money? Liberian people need to know these things, right? In disguise, you come because of political whatever, you're attacking other people and trying to do what? Trying to perpetuate yourself in power. And this is terrible, folks. Right? So let's see what Representative Musa Assemblity had to say, and then we'll go to the rule of law caucus, Jacob Debbie, and it's quite important. Right? It's quite important. You see, Musa Assemblity wrote, I have received a communication from the Liberia Petroleum Refining Company that the government has decided to reduce storage fees payable to Liberian terminal operators from 35 cents to 2 cents, from 35 cents. Can't you see that this is political? Nobody takes a policy that way. You just jump on somebody's profit and take it from 35 cents and bring it down to 2 cents. And somebody said this is normal. And somebody trying to make it like it was the Liberian poor money that the brother was taking. No. This is the profit he made as a result of storing people product. When you go, you store your product there, right? Every product you store in that facility, he spent millions to build it. It did not come from the blue as is there, and he's paying rental fee. The property was leased, and then he built a facility, right? Millions, spend millions, and paying whatever fees he has to pay. And he has staffs and members that he paid. There's overhead running costs, right? You all got to understand this. But Amos Tuer, who has not earned for himself $50,000 and run any successful business, empathize not with such a condition. All he cares is to implement the political witch of a sick-headed old man who feel himself in operating a co-water business with his wife. This is the caliber of man you have as president, giving people mandate. Say President Mendel. Who the president? Former field co-water seller. And this is terrible. This is terrible. Our country is in the wrong hand. Whether you like it, anyhow you put it, our country is in the wrong hand. I don't know why, but our country is terribly in the wrong hand. So this is exactly what it did. The profit, like when Hagar gonna impose his product and he wants to keep it in the Shumex storage, and then his customers will be taking it from there, right? So of that total value, 36 go to the tank farm owner, right, for storage. Yes, still, as that 36, that storage facility owner pays money to APRC, and this man who's also bringing his product also pay to the government. So librarians were confused thinking that, oh, that librarian money that been there that must have been taken. No, it's like you're running a business, right? After all of your taxes that government has decided, right? Whatever you get as a profit, then another government come and say, oh, you're getting too much, right, from your business. So that your profit you're making, they won't call it. Then they cut the main profit. They say that 35 cents you have been paying to the 10 farm people, nobody, as of this day, nobody should pay that money to the 10 farm people, right? That money, they only 2 cents you're getting. This is dictatorship. Only 2 cents you're getting. The banner one you're giving to LPRC. We will decide what we'll do with it. Is this really connecting? Jacob Davy. Let's go to Jacob Davy, and then you see the violations and the break in the rule of law and the infringement of the legislative oversight, or if you may, rights to make laws on revenues and all of these taxes and blah blah blah, right? The Constitution is clear on that. So let's see. Yesterday I shared it inside here, and so let me try to get it for you all quickly. Right, this is very important. So, but this is it, folks. Right, when you have a government that's targeting its own people, going after them and making sure that they are taken from job or their businesses are destroyed, right? Then it becomes a problem. So what are you doing? Aren't you pushing librarians further into hunger and poverty? Aren't you pushing librarians further into hunger and poverty by that action, by those singular actions? When Simon Freeman gets attacked and squeezed and pushed, right? Look at Uboti. You took the man contract from him. You gave it to a Lebanese company that's proving to be fraudulent. Right? That's proving to be fraudulent. And today, you can say a thing. You're ashamed. Disgrace. Shame is all over your face. Look at the country today, rated the second poorest. The second hungriest, hungriest. Say the hunger in this country, right? Say the hunger in this country is too much. Just yesterday, the Simon Freeman people were issuing press statement against the same government thing against them. So let's listen to Representative Jacob Davy.
Sale and distribution of petroleum and petroleum products within the Republic of Liberia. Particularly, the importation of all petroleum products shall be the sole responsibility, sole and exclusive right of LPRC, except with the written consent of the Liberia Petroleum Refining Company, duly approved by the President of Liberia. Why this exclusively? Okay. And approval. The Public Financial Management Act of 2009, restated and amended 2019, states that the PFM Act governs all matters related to the management of public finances, including revenue collection and accounting across government agencies, including state development planning. Okay. Development planning, and by extension, the legislature adhere to principles of accountability, transparency, and legislative outreach by unilaterally reducing terminal fees and setting storage prices, the APRC has effectively bypassed freely legislated revenue frameworks and act inconsistent with the PFM Act's mandate that all revenue raising measures must be defined in the national budget and harmonized with the NFDPM legislature. This is a threat to accountability and transparency. This decision strips away public oversight.
Correct, and this is the point. And if you believe that this process is transparent and is good, subject it to open and accountable scrutiny. But you go sit there, enter the executive mansion, you're sitting in your cool, you design something because it is a unity party government, so it must happen. Ignoring the laws. How many more times will Boakai instruct people to violate the laws of Liberia and still calls himself the president of the Republic of Liberia? It's a revenue law. There are procedures, right? Submit these things to the legislature, and the legislature sets tariffs, reallocates taxes. But you sit there and you decide. You say you will make adjustment. You take the money, you put it on the side. Then you say the money here. Do you making a decision when it's not so in your purview? Mm-hmm. Then this money here, when we take it from Musa, them we put it here. Then we'll send it one to this. We send that is not within your purview. And this is the point. So, by what law do we hold you accountable for that money? When you start to roll out this, you collect that money now. Where the Liberian people will go? What will we refer to, and to be able to ensure that this money come to the Liberian people? Mm-hmm. Because there is no legitimacy in whatever paper you're writing. It did not go through the process. It has not passed through, the legal requirements to be a law binding. Right? So whoever there must not accept this and they must challenge it. So this thing, if the LPRC and Prince Muslim means well, they should take that thing to the legislature and let it pass through the process. Oh, yeah. Then the country knows, say, it is the legislature that decided to do it. So that in case of anything
tomorrow, they will question the legislature. It will be a government thing. I feel handful of people think.
Even when you start bringing product in the country, you don't talk to them, nobody know about it. Who bringing it? Nobody know. Say now what? Hey, you're made us because the country for you now saying that you're the government, that you're in power. The country for you, you're doing your own thing. We left from there. You come, you say okay. Say you already designated some kind of a secret person. They bring in product in the country. We know. You say that APRC. You say okay. You want to protect that person, collect additional money so that person will be saving. And when you do the calculation, you know how many millions these people are going to get. What Liberians are suffering, no food to eat, right? So let's see if we can pay, and then we take calls.
So
take calls on this
*255 *1.
So that means all you got to do in this country on your mind and pop, when you just live here, you get food to eat in the morning, in the evening, you go to bed, you wake up, you work, you can't brush, you go back. But anything that got to do with making you rich, getting rich, doing business, forget it, take your half on it. You got to be a Lebanese man, an Indian man, a foreigner, a Ghana man that will be able to do kickback, arrangement, and pass. That the only way you can go in Liberia. If you try to go for you, you go hustle, you use your network, your contact, you bring business here, and they think you're getting powerful, the cartel will come after you. Why are you going after your body? Why are you going after Musa? Why are you going after Simeon Freeman? You have a useless, good for nothing Fagon who takes liquor on credit. And Domo, $5 US Domo is on credit. You've been living on credit, taking food that you eat. You can go credit food, Kobo, you credit Kobo to eat. That kind of human being there telling multi-millionaires and trying and saying they will destroy their wealth and they're sitting proudly. And we think the country is running normal. Right? That's like almost 12 that are passing around a color, a whole dato color looking dirty. That the men, that the children are here today. This is abuse of power. Abuse of power. This is what's happening on Obaka.
Let's pay out money to somebody here. The code is *255 *1# For those using the button phone, and then *255 *1##, we can do 2. You don't forget about it. Did I'm trying to see whether I can change it on the phone here, but I will do it. I will change the date from here. So *255 *1#, and then *255 *1##. The code is the code for you. Just 50 Liberian dollars for 50 LD. You can use 50 Liberian dollars and win up to 10,000 for 5,000 straight up to 10,000. This person is our first winner. I'm calling you, hoping you can pick. If you can pick, I will do another draw. I want to do at least 2 draws quickly. Give out money to somebody. So let's see, only a few more persons, at least 3 more persons we need to do the next draw to give the next money to somebody here. So *255 *1# for those using the button phone, and then *255 *1# for those using the smartphone. So you just play 50 Liberian dollars, you win money here, and also put yourself in the draw for the back to school bonanza that is expected to be done on the 30th of this month. So the more you play, the better your chances are to win this morning, and also put you in the back to school bonanza where you could be winning 100,000 scholarship fund, 50,000 scholarship fund, 25,000 scholarship fund, and 10,000 all here this morning. So let's see whether we can do the next draw. We're hoping we can do our next draw.
So why we do that? Like, man, this is terrible. This is scary, because if the pattern continues, and this is what we don't want, the pattern continues. Someone will say, okay, send our government in. So when the people move to those of you who are accruing wealth now, right, establishing businesses, when in the event where your own people move from power, another group can target you. The petroleum importers, the rice importers, look, Liberians, right? People are threatening now that the stock they have, when they finish, they're not going to bring rice in the country anymore.
In fact,
what kind of leadership decisions
people who got their rice, who got their stores now, what they're doing, they're relocating their rice from the store. So because they don't want the commerce ministry to come and do,
so they will take it
from the store and carry home or carry somewhere different to keep, because they believe the action of the government is not a multilateral, it's a unilateral decision that the government is taking,
and terrible things are coming,
not considering their side.
So do you know, first of all, you saw what been happening with the rate, right? In no time you hear about gas shortage and rice shortage in this town. These are dangerous decisions because of selfish interest that what the people taking. You go on the street, you create job for the youth, right? The ones who are riding motorcycle, you target them, you kill some of them, you wound some of them, you drove them from the streets, you create no opportunity, you go on the street, the street hawkers, you attack them, you go after them.
Okay, this person is our next. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, this is Hagar, and I'm here with Abu. We are on the Freedom Morning Ras. You listening to Freedom FM?
Yeah.
What's your name?
Clarina S. Fala.
Clarina Fala. You've been playing our cash giveaway. Did you play it this morning?
Yeah, I played twice this morning.
Two times?
Yeah.
So you use only 100 Liberian dollars?
Yeah.
Wow. So how long you been playing this?
Yesterday.
You started yesterday?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So from yesterday to today, check on your phone. You've received 5,000 as part of our winners.
Thank you very much.
Money already on your mobile money. You can continue to play. We got our back to school program that is running. The more you play, the better your chances are to win. Okay. But for this morning, it's just $50. You can play more and stand a chance to even win 10 to 15,000.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Clarina. So yes, you too can be like her, *255 *1# or *255 *1##. At least our first 2 winners. We can do another one at 9 o'clock in 13 minutes. So it's up to you. In 13 minutes, if you want us to do it, depending on how many times you play, we can do it for you and give more person money here this morning.
That's correct. So let's take call 0776 104 104 086 500 104 plus 231 86 500 104 are the numbers to call. You go after the Yana boys, the street hawkers, you take their goods from them. How do you expect Liberians to live in their own country? You're taking their businesses, you're spoiling it. So fellow Liberians come to tell us what kind of rescue be this, right? What kind of rescue be this? Already you're taking the Liberian money, you're putting 100,000 on your travel card. Every time you're leaving, you're buying bulletproof car. People not talking. Nobody protesting, nobody breaking anything in this country, nobody's going after you, then you stay going after people. So nobody should do politics. Everybody should forget about politics and just forget about it and just look up to you, right? Let's hear from the people. Good morning.
Good morning, Brother.
Good morning.
Good morning to Brother. My name is I'm joining this morning from a resident community. But you know, this is about working hard to bring our country to the spot level when it comes to investment. It's a bad thing for us. These practices should not be accepted in our country. The government is even going after our brothers and sisters who are in the street, just looking for a ears meal. They're just looking for a meal just to eat that day. Their investment is not even going on. But and then still, you see the police in the street every day. Yesterday, I was in town. I saw the police running their brothers and sisters. Some of our sisters who are valid, they are engaged and struggling to one for another end just to get their daily bread. And they seeing government going after people who just got the signals and they have created a political party in which is a threat to them tomorrow. So they want to go after Musa Bede to destroy him. But listen, Musa is one man who I believe he is not to tell some of these things. The investment has reached to a level that even today is the big that place for him. He has the money to stand and support himself.
Nobody should be taking any other person from business and destroying their investment. Nobody should do that. That's a bad, precedent. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning to Ika.
Good morning, Edward.
Yeah, usually visually impaired are keeping this unprepared and wicked personal to the fire producer. No, it's no joke. It's a complete blow to the business community. This is a man who is speaking out. They are empowering manner or people in the country. Okay? Most of business that he doing here, he is empowering people. People are there working and making money. But where in this world you think that it is because you want to send medicine in hospital, because you want to build room, then you got somebody that have 35%, then you put it down to 2. How much are you taking from there? That is why my people should be looking at. Okay? Because it is not intended for you. It's not for us. They're not to go to any medicine or room. The money is going to be simply money or speaking. See what money is doing. Only because they are calculated and know what's going to go into its money packet, what's going to go in the other guy in the 12. That's what they are doing it for.
Yeah, you won't be fast president. That destroy other people to be fast president.
Yeah. And this is why when I'm talking about this situation that taking place in people, I'm also sorry me. But why we have people that are able to withstand that tension? Because these are things that you should be able to stop.
No, we could channel our own differently. We could channel our own differently through the ballot. Protests can happen too. We may not have the resolve and the fortitude like people in Bangkok, in Nepal, and of course the ones that happen in Kenya, right?
It's an attack. It's an attack.
Yeah,
it's an attack to opposition. And everybody will not be part of the ruling party. This thing, we need to fight it. It's time for more.
Thank you very much. Good morning. Let's hear you. Quickly, just hold on. This one is coming in. Bapulu Senator Amara Kone wrote, the more corrupt a state, the more numerous its laws and policies, and the weaker its institution to enforce them. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Just to see you, Mama Kasama.
Go ahead.
I'm calling from Chicago. Thank you very much for the beautiful discussion I brought this morning. You know the issue about this unity party-led government, especially on the level of President Jose Imam Kwaka. They see that the leadership is an inheritance. They own the presidency, the leadership of Liberia. No other person should speak against them, no other person should go against them. Everybody should bow down to them. And that is not how Liberia is. Liberia is a democratic state. Everyone has their right to affiliate and to disaffiliate. Let me tell you something. Liberia will not move forward because of our hate for each other. We never want to support
federal government account, whether he supports them or not, everybody will attack Dangote, say, hey, get the profit from coming, break your business down, blah, blah, blah. No.
Of course.
You think Dangote get political power here?
During the election, Dangote was supporting Obi. Peter Obi, yes. But after the election, everybody came together as one. They did not go after the say, why they supported this person. That's why in Liberia, and we're not careful for now. Always saying this. This coming 2029 election, it will be one of the worst elections ever in the history of this country because people will want to hold up to power because of what they did in the country at today.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. Hearing repercussion who want to power, but let's see. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Abu.
Good morning. That's why when you're in power, you gotta treat power, in a careful way. Good morning. Let's hear you.
Yeah, this is William Joshua speaking with GSA on the 6.
Okay.
Abu, you still probably in Liberia. Yeah, that you cannot speak against the government. Anytime you do it, they can after you. I remember last week, my friend who have discussed about the robot thing. This week they come after the Musa baby. Because Musa did not work for the money, they get the money by cars. After that party was small, we have people. So that was I come over eating and we really have people who have the same thing. They are not correct. If you get put on somebody go up and president to be playing politics, they are great people. So we see about you, I'll struggle attitude. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
This is Washington Show. I call from Diesel.
Where Washington?
I believe that what people always say, every party is responsible for the backward movement of the country is true. You always say the 14 years they were counted. Now, when you in the country, the party play a major role in the unity party that bring war in this country. You see people complain opposition always say they're not doing anything instead of helping to improve the life of the people. They just criticize. There's a better as an opposition leader in trying to impact the life of the Liberian people. Saying that the party will not make any promise before they can reach the election. The party will do something to improve the life of the Liberian people. It's a wicked unity party that brought 14 years ago was wanting me to solve the mess. It's what they can do. You see what they're doing? That Jeremiah who's saying that the president will all you want to hear me.
Okay, thank you very much. Liberians are speaking their minds. Good morning. Let's hear you.
Good morning. Good morning.
My CC, they say once you're Liberian, you're not supposed to be rich. You're not supposed to make money in your country. They will go for your business, or you got to be bootlicking worker.
The Liberia for all of us. And the Liberia for our second to be on the side of water. They all that thing they country belong to here. His folk, his grandpa, his grandma, he the country belong to here. Who are the responsible of here? We are Liberians. If you speak it,
just 19,000 people poor in the mezzo. 19,000 wicked self-face. People nothing. People dancer. People water dancer. They don't want poor in the mezzo.
They rescue public. Talking about government.
Leader one, your data did not reach on that side.
If you go after the government, they keep buying they go after you. Who's going to tell you that? They said they were in Lima Country, the people didn't get one bridge to ensure their poor suffering. And they were dying out. Most of them want to pull up there. You go there, next week, Saturday.
Yeah. Then the man go look for. Soon the man go look for and say, oh, you go Nima, you go Boy, you go Mangiwi, like go look for. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, that's what is that. So, one of you point them nothing. They're looking at it. But I tell them they got your money and they are capping for it.
You always have
no, it's very bad for society. You can't do that.
All right, man. That the man CC who can call Aaron who said what? Good morning.
Yeah, I think you call me with your number, okay? So I need to tell you I want for you to be more
but I get a number.
It's number I call you on.
We're not seeing that number.
We see no that number in the system. Yeah, that number in the system. But I will see. Yeah, we'll see what to do.
Okay.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. My name is Edison.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it's an ask. You have to know it is an ask to know the difference between the two government, the past government and the federal government. So which one you want to travel?
Now you supposed to ask which one you prefer.
Yeah, the federal government is more preferable than the past government.
Okay. So what the current government not do for you personally?
Lot of things you are feeling.
For example, I say you now for you. What have they done? No, what have they done for you? How have they made your life better than what it was 2 years ago? No, my man, leave that one there. I say let's talk about you. That resting you talking, you know it. You talking something you know. So I'm asking you your life. You stay renting and you stay asking people for cafe, you stay begging for food to eat, and then you passing around say you defending government. Foolish people. Eh? You stay begging people to give you cafe and bakobo, right? You begging people for whole rent. Your male in your age, then you can't defend people stealing your future. You only get here. You see your friend, young people in other country, they advocating for how their life will change. You sit down here, say beg or rare. At your age, you look at the time you're born. You check them age you're born in the 2020, in the 2000. You sit down here, you're talking about rest building. You're talking about how you'll be exposed to AR and be able to create means for himself, build business. You're talking about in defending other people stealing. Then you say, oh, what thing they not doing in your life? You say they bring the rapper down. Are you still thinking about rest? You see? Your mind. That who's care who passing around talking nonsense, rather entire and go sit down in the fun, say making fun. What kind of fun he make? You go now, you run, you go by in the interior that the paper then putting food on the table for you to eat. But you're here passing around defending government. Who's care who you can hear you on the radio, they feed it. Defend the man the whole day, lay feature, you pull it down, you go by now that the paper then putting food for you to eat, sit down near the hall, eat the paper then food. But anyway, folks, this is it. We gotta go, man. And all we have to do is to talk and talk and talk. It's 9 o'clock, and of course, we have our guests. But let's take this break. Crime Stopper Liberia. This is the Freedom Morning Rise on Freedom 87.9, the People's Station. And so after this break, we'll be right back.
It's about music. There are crimes in many places, in every community, you can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't take law in your hands for the right authority. Really, you can't take your law in. Crime Stopper here for us. We need safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor. If you see a human talking, I mean you check. Do well for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. You must call to report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, old man Sam Sion.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper. The people bringing safety to your door. Crime stop, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime stop all Liberia. From the center to interior. Crime stop, keeping us safe, let's stopping crimes for all of us.
Okay, so folks, welcome back. This is the Freedom Money Rise, and of course, on the final lap of the conversation, the man most trending recently is the CDC Vice Chair, Youth League Vice Chair for what? Inter-party?
No, don't.
But I'm asking you now.
Yeah, but
Vice Chair for what? The only that one I ask you.
Vice Chair for operations.
Okay, it's okay.
And political education.
All right, I'm ready for you. Thank you very much. So his name is Arvin Wisse, and of course he's going to be talking to us this morning on a wide range of critical national issues, particularly politics. You know, the name Arvin, as much as he is an agriculturist, but he is a politician. But yeah, the president it was an agricultural and became a politician. So that's it, you know. But we know what the president says. But anyway, Arvin, good morning, welcome.
Well, thank you, comrades Abu Sheri and Hagar. Let me say good morning to you and the listening populace, the ardent followers, and those of our people across the media landscape. It's an honor and a pleasure to be here to speak to our people on critical national issues, particularly issues that border on the socio-economic advancement of our country.
Fair enough. So we will dive into the nitty-gritty of why we call you here. But this trend is kind of quite interesting. And so I thought we want to play it so the people know. So we have this man, Mr. Arvin Wisse.
Small rescue puppets, those disappointed rescue surrogates, those beach punks, those rescue multi-banks and charlatans who were insulting people. Oh, yes, and some of them they are economic destitution, paralysis, and enigmas. The rescue, small rescue puppets, those disappointed rescue surrogates, those beach punks, those rescue multi-banks and charlatans who were insulting people. Oh, yes, and some of them they are economic destitution, paralysis, and enigmas.
I mean, this has been trending. Why you say this? Are you angry?
Yeah, so I just wanted to remind the supporters of the Unity Party government, particularly the guys who were marching the Pupu water, those guys who were perambulating and gallivanting in the slums and ghettos. As you know, during the pre-campaign period, even during the campaign period, there were a lot more of dark traps, tantrums. There were threats on the democracy of our country in terms of people wanted to cause chaos and instability simply because of parochial political advancement. There were times where people went as far as organizing militia groupings in this country under the banner of the economic freedom fighters led by Mr. Emmanuel Gongwe, making the rest of the guys. Even Mr. Baka himself threatening the peace and security of the country because at the time they wanted to come to power. So they made different inflammatory statements and remarks because of their political desperation. So now they have come to power. The reason why they insulted Liberian people, the reason why they almost took the country democratic space to a brink of collapse, the reason why they went as far as orchestrating the depths of some of our partisans and some of our sympathizers, some Liberians. You can remember the incident that occurred at the Unity Party's sub headquarters around I think Bangistan or something like that in District Number 9. Joshua, I think he was beaten and subsequently led to his unprecedented demise. Even Queen Johnson was involved in that situation. So there are a lot of threats. There were attempts to circumvent the peace and security of our country because of the political despots and desperados that the Unity Party, the personal vendetta. You could see that the venom, they unleashed clear venom on Mr. President Emeritus George Weah, the partisans of the Congress for Democratic Change, the Liberian people in general. So when they came to power, we thought that lives would then improve. We thought that they would have substantially improved in terms of their economic conditions, in terms of their living standard, in terms of bettering their children.
After all of those extreme actions and all of
those unscrupulous attempts to take that road to the dark past, to the better past, to take that road to civil war, they are now in economic destitution. Today they have been ostracized. They have not only ostracized, but economically excommunicated in terms of the political equation. Their names have now been placed on payroll. They are mere political pedestrians and lotterers in the communities. They are now gallivanting and lottering in political and economic lotterers all around the place. They have been abandoned. They do not have access to paying children school fees. Economically they are stranded.
So you spoke in sympathy with them, or
no?
You were being condescending.
No, not sympathetic and not condescending, but was to remind them that when you use political bitterness, when you use personal vendetta on the author of political convenience to make decisions when you are emotionally charged, when you are politically bitter and make decisions that's all to build on the state security, on the advancement of the country, then it becomes a problem, because the decision you make will have an adverse reflection on your lives, on the condition of the state, on the condition of the masses of our people, and on the condition of the entire republic. So the statement was to remind them the kind of condition you put yourself in, the appalling condition you put yourself in, the deteriorating economic quagmire you place yourself under.
Do you think they're regretting?
They're regretting. They are in.
What's the indicator?
I mean, look at the very different statistics. You were taking sampling bills. Some of the different media outlets, stations across the country have gone to places, the marketplaces. They've gone to street vendors. They've gone to Liberian citizens across the country. They've been asked. They've been questioned about the state of the affairs in terms of the economy, in terms of their economic conditions, in terms of how the government performance is in terms of the different sectors, whether those sectors are impacting lives, are impacting important opportunities, for example, creating investment. If you take the sample, if you take the survey to the doorsteps, to the door of the people, there is huge disgust, there's huge disappointment, there's huge frustration on those who were calling for the election of Buakai and Jeremiah Kunto to the Liberian presidency. So
when you use these phraseologies like multi-bands, puppets, charlatans, and all of those things to describe the condition, were you basically trying to indicate how, in spite of all of what they were advocating for, they were just being used as stooges? And now that the government has come to power, they're on the sidewalk, like you said, pedestrians and all that.
Yes, exactly. So they have been used as stooges. They were used as political pawns, and they were placed. Today they have been placing economic dilemma, and that's why they must take responsibility. They must take responsibility. They must bear the consequences of the kind of appalling leadership and devastating economic quagmire.
Unity partisan or general Liberian population?
No, not the general Liberian population. The general Liberian population voted under fear. They voted under fear because the gangsterism, the barbarism of the Unity Party, strong men, Baka, he made statement, for example. He made a very inflammatory and exclamatory statement in the country that was stretching towards the democracy of our country. How can you end the country where 250,000 Liberians lost their lives. They died at the consequence of some of you, Bakai, Jeremiah Kum, and those who contributed towards the 40 years of civil unrest in our country.
Okay.
So independent Liberian citizens voted under fear that if these people want the country, if these people think that taking over the nation and people was the best way for us to go to peace and to have a tranquil or peaceful coexistence as a country, not again a country. So, and that's how yes, you the left doesn't make remarks.
Not believing in their capacity to deliver anything, but just because
not believing in our capacity. Baga has not been Baga has never imparted any space throughout his endeavor of 40 years of wasted and restful political journey in the broader politics of our country. You know that he served as APMC managing director in the 70s. You know what happened? That institution collapsed. It became former minister of agriculture. So that institution collapsed under his leadership. Today, Bagai is now, or he was vice president 12 years on Ellen. You saw how the system collapsed. You saw suffering, mass poverty, hunger. Vice president. Article 51 of the Liberian Constitution speaks to that. That the vice president is crawled with the constitutional and statutory responsibility to assess the president.
And he said he was
No. So
he was underutilized.
No, he did not understand his function as a vice president, because under the constitution is clearly spelled out.
Like you can't outshine your boss.
No, but it says you should assess your boss in the discharge of your function, and that's why he was vice president for the Senate. So we saw the passing of the 68 Booker Concessions Agreement in the country. Only I think 2 international best practice, and so this vice president has always been around failure. He has been around disappointment. He has been around damaging activities in his country, and he is a very destructive old man who's been leeching on state resources as a political parasite on government resources over the years. As far as his journey for the 2 years journey in the politics of the country is concerned in Liberia.
Okay,
so I think while we were working in here, one of the last callers that we spoke to said the government is making progress. Compare the past government with the current government. This government is making progress. Evidence of the fact that a bag of 25 kg rice, according to a report, has gone down to something around 2,800. That was not the case under your administration. $14. Yes, yeah, $14. That was not the case under your administration or under your government's administration. The reduction in the US rate, as we speak now, some areas are changing 170 Liberian dollars to $1 USD. How you consider you've said Baka has been associated with failures, and some look at all of these things to feel like yes, the government is making some level of progress.
Administration. $14 for rest.
Yeah, so the first thing is that the rest situation in our country is, as far as we're concerned, the price of rest has now decreased. Baga did not bring red price.
But do you agree comparatively Baga is doing better than
No. Baga is doing worse than the CDC. Baga is a disaster. Baga is a political calamity. It's a disaster over the country. He has done worse.
People are buying rice for $14.
But rice, the first thing is that the rice currently in terms of the general price, rice price now is $2,850 Liberian dollars. $2,850.
And how much is that? Is it not in it for $14?
No. It's still around $16.
$17. If we do the calculation, it should be around $17.
It's still around
$2,000 per day.
$2,000 should be around $17.
Yes, $16 to $16.
Oh, so the $14 not holding.
Yeah, so the rate when the rest price was at $3,250, at the time the rate was $200, Liberians were paying $16. 75 cents, $16.75, or I think 17. Yeah, $16.75. Now that the rate has dropped, right, at 170, right, that brings us still paying the same amount, $16. I mean, $16 or United States dollar for 25 kg bag of rice. You understand?
So basically, I think the idea is they are not paying $3,000 and change anymore. they're paying less than 3,000. During your time, they're paying 3,000. Let's take it on the labor table.
Yeah, so 3,000 was being paid for rice, which was around $16. Right? Now Waka came and said he will reduce the rice price to $14. But on the general market, is the price of rice reduced to $14? The answer is no. Rice price has not been reduced to $14. Rice price is still being sold at the rate of it's still being sold at $16 because the current price in Liberian dollar is $2,850 Liberian dollars. Right? So when you do the conversion, to $2,850 Liberian dollars divided by 170. Check the result.
Okay.
You get about $16. Still having 60, you still go to $16.
Defeating the $14.
Yeah,
so basically you're saying the present reduction of the 25 kg bag of rice is not realistic.
No, it's not realistic. It has gone back to the status quo. We still Liberians still pay the same price. We still paying for the same price. The cost of the rice has not changed.
The government could argue that it's due to the rate.
Yeah, but we are not responsible for that. Change in the rate will have impact on the price. So if the rate has changed and price stay constant, then which economic matter is that?
Then what do you responsible?
Because the government responsible. Because you can make a political proclamation or political declaration on a particular commodity.
We will argue that market forces determine.
Well, that's what the government must employ sound economic management system to deal with the market forces. The citizens are not responsible to regulate the market. That's why they elected a government to do market regulation, market intervention, so it shows that interventions are made so as price stabilities can be brought to the advantage of those who are in the purchasing equation, who are in the purchasing cycle, people who are in terms of their daily activities. So the responsibility is not on the government. The responsibility is not on the Liberian people. The responsibility is not on the Liberian people. The responsibility is on the government of Liberia. Now, the $14 the government talk about, right? There are people who do wholesale. So the people who do wholesale, selling rice in large quantity, for example, we have to go and buy the rest $14. They have to use transportation, right? They got to use some of them pay for
but we're just seeing people doing videos to different retail outlets and asking them, and they're saying they're selling around $14. Have you seen some of those?
But no, there's no evidence. Most of the retail shops areas in the communities, Abu, take your microphone across, take your camera across, do a cadastral, do a survey. Go across the land and browse this country, the 15 sub-political divisions. Go right here in the community, West Point, New Time. Go to Bannersville. Go to Red Lights. Go to the different retail centers. Rice have been sold for the same amount, $16. So areas have been sold for $17.
Okay.
United States dollars. So the drop in the exchange rate does not impact the price of rice. So the exchange rate has dropped, but the price of rice still remains constant. The price of rice that was still at $16 when Mr. President made the declaration, right? When the rate was at 200, now that the rate has dropped to 170, we thought that the rice price would have been affordable. We thought the rice price would have been affordable, the rice price would have been reduced, so that it meet the taste of the consumers, so that it meet the taste of the end beneficiaries or the recipients of government's policies. On the contrary, the same $16, I wish it was when the president made the declaration. It is the same $16 that Liberians are paying for 25 kg bag of rice.
So they're technically hanging on the fact that it's 2,000 in change, trying to create a narrative that it's no longer 3,000, you're not paying 3,000 above, ignoring the fact that the president money was $14, and then if you do the rate, you're paying more than $14 in SPAC. I mean, in spite of the fact that the president said $14, thinking that you are paid lesser than the $16 or $17.
Yeah, that's why they talk. That's why they talk in their own myopic, mental darkness and pro-economic advancement process. They thought that the whole thing about just proclaiming that people should, rice price should be at $14 is going to affect the general market price of rice.
How do you describe the whole policy from the president in one word?
No, it's a knee-jerk policy. His policy was ill calculated. It was uneconomical.
Okay,
it had no economic reasoning endorsement. It was poor because there's no difference. The rice price has gone back to status quo. When we pay, when the rate was at 200, when the rate was at 200, Liberians were paying $16 for the same bag of rice. Talking about, so for the same bag, Now that now that the rate has reduced, has dropped to 170. So 170, if you divide 170 to the current price of rice, right? Divide 170 to the current price of rice, about 2,850. You'll be talking about going back to the same $16. Some areas $17. So the price of rice still remain constant. So the price of rice has not changed.
So let's look at the issue about the U.S. rate. Many of you in the opposition spoke about the issue of the U.S. rate when it was at 200 and even crossing the above. Now the government have brought it now to at least 180, we should say, the central bank rate. Don't you see that as an excellent economic action has been taken by the government?
No, I don't see that. It can only be excellent when it affects prices. So the exchange rate is at 180, 170 at some places, but prices of basic commodities, essential goods on the market, if you go to the consumer index, the different products, right? In terms of furnitures, in terms of petroleum, gasoline, food, and non-food items, if you go across the different consumer products or index and look at the different products that are there, the prices are still constant. The prices have not changed on the market because
it has no effect.
No, it has no effect. So
let's go back a little bit to your own political institution. Recently, we saw the demolition of your headquarters, rendering your institution temporarily homeless. And then, since then, we've been talking to you. But like, how do you describe the action? As many have argued that it's a legal process, and the court rule that your institution gets evicted, and your insistence has no legal basis. So obviously, the state had to move into evacuate or to remove it from the property and turn it over to its owner.
Yeah, I think whoever that advised the government to politically violate the laws, the constitution, the due process, the judicial process that was ongoing because of certain politically motivated reason, did that at the disadvantage of the government and the unity party, because that singular action has rejuvenated the spirits of citizens. Well, the citizens were wrongfully evicted. You saw what happened. The first thing is that the process was still before courts. The matter was still going through the judicial process. We were still in court. The Supreme Court was still viewing the case.
There was were in court for did not constitute a stay order. So the eviction had to.
Well, our jurisprudence is clear. When the matter is before court, in terms of what is shown in our jurisdictions, the judicial system, it has to be exhausted. All of the rudiments, all of the processes as pertaining to the law has to be followed. Has to be followed. Has to be followed.
Lawyers have argued that whatever.
But did the court provide any permits? that the CDC headquarters has to be evicted at the particular time, particularly 4 a.m. in the morning, in the morning hour where people are sleeping, and there was no prior notice. There was no prior notice. Which stories? We should know there were gangsters that were placed in sheriff's regalia and paraphernalia. They were gangsters. I mean, the rest of Bob-Naked, Emmanuel Gongwe, they were bandits. They were gangsters. No, they were there. They were paramilitary. Emmanuel Gongwe of the no. What I'm saying, they recruited gangsters. Gangsters were recruited. Bandits. Yeah. What did the national police?
People in sheriff uniform.
The sheriffs were gangsters. They were never proper sheriffs from the court. No sound sheriff in the sound reasoning or judgment will follow any foes at the morning hour, 4 a.m. in the morning hour. No sheriff does that. No sheriff will go and we talk about eviction and you go and exercise demolition.
Who says that? Do we have a law that is a particular time a sheriff?
I mean, best practice will tell you that it is fair enough for you to go to somebody's house or property. First of all, by carrying notice has to be served.
But it's no longer your property.
No, but I mean, I'm exhausting the process in terms of how the law is and how the law should be.
But there was a ruling that needed to be.
No, the ruling did not say that we should be evicted at that time. The government politically.
Nobody said you should be evicted.
There was no ruling that talk about eviction of the properties in terms of when the process was still before court. We were still before the court. We were still into the judicial process. We were still going through the legal process, the litigation process. So we did not receive any letter of notice. We did not receive any letter.
We see the CDC did not receive
no, there's no evasion notice to our domain, to our disposal. We do not have that at our disposal. So that's why the party spoke. You saw the chairman of the party when he communicated the position of the party. And as I speak to you, the party is still advancing means, it's still advancing avenues to seek justice, to seek redress of the of the barbaric act being meted against the headquarters of the Congo for Democratic Change, the partisans, the properties, because we know how the opportunity to have taken properties, we know how the opportunity to have taking some of our belongings, some of our documents, some of our properties and materials that were placed at that. But the most.
Why do you think your party was targeted in that form?
It's because the government has feared that place was the biggest political rally in the country. That place was the convergence of the populous people union, the union of the people. When the people assembled before that theater, which was the center of political gravity, the government can retreat to expanded mood. The government can retreat to political feelings.
Are you worried that the government is trying to erase?
No, I'm not worried about that. No government can erase. Absolutely no government can erase the CDC. The CDC is not infrastructure. It's not an infrastructure. It's not a building.
You use your former headquarters to rubble.
Well, I think it's a disjointed fallacy. It's a miscarriage of the mischievous information. It's a pathological lie. We have persisted on our land for the past 20 years. We have kept the peace under the dynamic leadership and stewardship of the former president. So if we're rebellious or belligerent, as people may insinuate in the media landscape, then there are no basis to accept the results 2005. The CDC accepted results 2005. In 2011, we were treated. The CDC, hold on. 2011, we accepted results not because we are weak, but because we put strength to secure the peace and security and democracy of our country after coming for war. In 2017, we won elections. In 2023, we were narrowly defeated and contested the results. You know that the results were somehow manipulated. But again, our president, who has been very peaceful, said, let's transition the country peacefully because he understands that the CDC was built on the foundation of peace. It was built on the foundation of democratic coexistence. So if we were keeping rebels over there, we wouldn't have given.
Who said you were keeping
rebels? No, but that's the question you asked.
No, I didn't see
no, you asked the question. How you ask the question on the line? No. How you ask the question? So I mean, those were all. So I mean, those are all fallacious, mischievous, and incredible lies being compounded by account propagandists paraded under the disguise of the Unity Party, which is an offshoot of the moral born Chewy Party.
So what I was trying to say, you ran away from your 20 years headquarters, and the regime succeeded in demolishing.
No, but we are not in demolishing headquarters competition. The CDC is not stuck to that headquarters. The first thing, we're not being irresponsible at the Unity Party. Let me learn. We are not irresponsible at the Unity Party wants to provide the narrative in the public space. The Unity Party, if you do a comparison, the Unity Party was established in 1984. I think around 1984. Yes, 1984. From 1984 upward is about 41 years. As I speak to you, the Unity Party does not have a single party headquarters on its own. This is the most. This is
I want to believe that if the United Party can go after this government, can go after your sacred, domain.
No, the United Party,
and you didn't do anything. It seemed okay. I mean, they can go for you at any point, anywhere, for anything.
No. That argument is that argument doesn't have. It doesn't have strength. It doesn't have gravity. It doesn't have if we hold your line of questioning constant in terms of the party reasoning, then the Unity Party who have been nowhere around the presidency at the moment, because the Unity Party said was evacuated, was evicted, and has changed party headquarters 4 times, 3 to 4 times. The Unity Party has changed party headquarters. The Unity Party has not built any party headquarters of its own, of its kind. It doesn't have party headquarters for herself. So if our argument is on because the CDC has been evicted from its party headquarters, therefore she will not have the power, then the argument is then why the Unity Party came to power with a party headquarters? Because the Unity Party was on Broad Street, it was at Congo Town, and she changed party headquarters 2, 3 different times, 4 different times. And as I speak to you, 2023 elections, the Unity Party won the elections.
Your path to
without having.
That's okay. Let's move because of time. Your path to re-election as a political party and understanding what or everything that's happening, the different policies that's interplay. Recently, you were heard in the last podcast endorsing Nimba Senator Kumu for vice president. Koga, sorry. Nimba Senator Koga, that he could be vice president. He fixed the bill, vice president of the country, if he stands his ground. Could that is signaling of any possible marriage between your institution? I understand probably you will not be speaking for the institution, but your political calculation. Any chance there?
No, there's no chance there. Absolutely no chance. Okay. There's no chance. There's no political marriage. There's no chance. There's no political marriage.
Okay.
What we took him from was the outburst of the Nima County Senator, Mr. Samuel Koga. Koga came out that he held secret meeting. Nobody knew.
He said there is no chance there.
No, there's no chance. No. I said he could be vice president and direct replacement to Jeremiah Kuhn, the current vice president, who is now the vice president of the Republic. So I was campaigning. Yes, on his testament.
So if he becomes vice president,
hold on. When I say vice president, I meant vice running mate. I meant replacing Jeremiah Kuhn on the ticket, on the ticket. No, that's what I meant. Okay, that what I meant. I mean, vice running mate on the ticket. No. I said vice running mate on the ticket of that. What I meant. Vice running mate on the
ticket. What is the risk of having him come to join?
No, what I'm saying,
you saw him that there is no possibility.
That's what I'm saying. No, we are not. What I'm saying. What I'm saying. Koga is the current political godfather of Nima County.
Understanding.
Yeah, I'm saying. Koga is the current political godfather of Nima County.
Okay.
So the argument is that when you are a political godfather, you have traditional right in terms of decisive decision making, because he took over directly when Prince Johnson died. He took over from Prince Johnson. So the mantle of authority was delivered solely and wholly over to Koga. So I can't be
giving him the political capital.
Political capital to lead. Political capital to govern, to lead. And he said in a testimony on one of his appearances of one of the occasions, he intimated to the Liberian people how the current vice president. I'm saying, Buakai, there's a growing relationship between Koga and the current president Buakai. Now, Mr. Ku is overstepping his boundary. He's trying to undermine the current president Buakai. Conversation within the Unity Party circle. They are trying.
You should go and get
No, but we are not talking about
to guarantee.
No. We have our standard bearer. We have our political leaders.
So you're not learning for your
mistake. We have our standard bearer political leaders.
You're not learning for your mistake. You lost Nimba. There's a chance. You recognize this man affluence. You recognize this man political capital.
Abu. I'm saying. Koga came out. I'm arguing on the testaments and the testimonies that Koga made. Koga came out and said, I can't hold on. I'm saying Nima Kante should see him as the choice to represent Nima at the level of the Unity Party.
And rally behind him.
That is the point. Hold on.
When you start going to Nima.
I'm saying to you, Nima Kante should rally behind Koga to replace Jeremiah Kun, because boom, Koga said he had meeting with the current president, secret meeting, and there were complaints, and he said that the current vice president has been very disrespectful to him. He said the current vice president has been very disingenuous, has been callous to him. He said he's proceeding.
He's talking to the vast.
No, but he said no, but he is the man who
you support that.
I mean, he's the man who John Warren Johnson morphology. He's the more powerful man in Nima County. He John Warren Johnson morphology. Koga said they are death threats. Koga said they are death threats. He said the poor bro to do man. No, it's important. The heartbreak nothing died.
Now we're getting
I'm saying Prince Johnson died for frustration. He also died for abandonment. He died when he spoke about abandonment, frustration, and everything. Koga is frustrated. Koga is frustrated. Who he did business with? Who he called his brothers? Who he called his son?
Koga.
That Koga wanted to be vice president?
No, he did business with all of them.
No, but who hands he put up?
You have to go.
No, but he held the hands of Baka and Jeremiah Kun. So he was clear that he was abandoned and he got frustrated. So he died out of frustration. I'm saying to you, Mr.
But the Koga you're talking about, Koga just cost you the speaker.
That's not the conversation. I'm saying I was not the one that called Koga out to provide testimonies, to provide
support and endorsement of Koga.
Yeah, endorsement of Koga replacing Jeremiah Kun at the level of the Unity Party. At the level of the Unity Party, because Unity Party has a relationship in Nima County. And for all indication, if the senior senator of Nima County, in terms of taking the mantle of authority from Prince Johnson, is telling us publicly, not in the secret, if he has come out publicly, that Mr. Jeremiah Kun is making appointments, and the people of Nima County have been left out. It means that he has the voice. It means that he's now speaking for the people of Nima County. That the current vice president has reneged on her responsibility, has abandoned the people of Nima County, has reduced the people of Nima. In fact, in Koga's revelations, he said that he been reduced as a mere bellboy to the current vice president. I was not the one who got Koga to make the remarks and starting revelations. Sometimes
your monorail view will not be the actual reality.
Koga doesn't live in Monrovia. Koga lives in Nima County. I'm not giving Monrovia view. How Koga not come out to tell the Liberian people that the current vice president have reduced him to a bellboy? How who have come out to make the remarks? How Koga not come out to tell the Liberian people that their attempts on his life? I would not have come out to make arguments. If if Koga not come out to tell Liberian people that since the vice president has assumed and resumed his position as vice president of the country and is son of Nimakade, he has abandoned his relationship with the people of Nimakade, and he has abandoned his in terms of the kind of harmonious relationship he has with.
Do you see the chance? Do you see the chance that the party of Mr. Boakai will trade Kun for Kuka?
Well, so we are weighing the probability. That's what we say.
Do you see the chance?
I'm saying, but the first thing about the president, Koga said that he held meeting with the current president.
That's not my question.
No, I'm saying in politics anything can happen. Politics is not static. Politics is dynamic. Anything can happen. So I'm saying to you, I'm saying that is the current.
What do you see? Do you see the chance?
What I'm saying,
everything that Kun brings to the table, that you think.
But the argument that's not the argument.
The first thing you have to deliver the yellow machine for them.
Yeah,
he just chaired the committee on the price reduction. We're seeing rice and chicken air prices are going down.
No, rice price is constant. Rice price is constant. Abu.
No, holding the factors.
Yeah, no, we don't hold the factor constant. Yeah, nothing can be set par the boss. It cannot be set par the boss. Nothing can be constant because your analogy is to tell Mr. Jeremiah Kun that he's doing well with the economy. No, the economy is in total disarray. The economy is United Parties, but we know people who go buy rest and not United Party people who go buy rest. There are millions of Liberian people who go buy rest, who are victims of the excruciating economic pains and devastating crop map encountering throughout across the different political subdivisions. So now United Party people can go buy rest. Okay, United Party people can buy rest. Citizens can buy rent. People who independent block. Not
your criticism is no matter how loud you yell and all that, we are not coming.
No, that is a pathological lie. We
are coming back.
We are coming back.
How is we are
coming back forcefully. Formidably, we will come back and we will take the presidency.
Are you following the political space?
Abu, right now, if you take your microphone across the country, with the kind of suffering and bad leadership, look at what happened in the country. People go and have wedding, eat the wedding, and you go and beat on them. Look at the condition of the civil servants. Abu, look at the condition of the civil servants. The United Party will campaign on her record.
The political elite.
I'm saying,
yeah. Probably this is not to your knowledge yet, but the political elite are willing, right, to sit down one place, come together, and plot against.
So what was the political elite 2023? Abu, let me your question now. What was it? 2017.
That was 2017.
Yeah. So asking you the same question. What was the political elite 2017?
That was 2017.
So when the popular union and the people assembled before history and decided to stampede themselves democratically, there was an unprecedented overwhelming victory. 14 countries.
2023.
But there was just imagine if that's that the Union Party. So hold on now. So let's place logic into contest. Let's place logic into contest here. Let's place logic into contest. Let's make simple analogy. 2017, the CDC in the elections won 14 countries out of 15 countries. Correct. And so when all federal concept we've done well, we build roads, we declare filtration, we build hospitals, housing units. All federal concept we also do well, right? Of all what we've done for the 6 years on George we are.
Okay, plus your
hold on. I said all federal concept. We must say hold on now. So listen to my knowledge in terms of the logic.
I want to direct.
Yeah, I come in. Yes, man said to want to learn. So as you come in with your direction, but I don't want you to let me the way Baga play or learning. Yeah. So you don't let me let Joseph Baga play. Yeah. So like I was saying, in 2017, the CDC won 14 countries out of 15 countries. Right. With Georgia populism that he was very popular, more popular librarian in the country. So we won 14 out of 15 countries. Defeating the Unity Party. Yeah. But 2023, what happened? we were narrowly defeated under 17,000. So it tells you that if CDC that won 14 counties out of 15 were all of the investments, all of the developments, all of the achievements, all of the deals we made, we were still defeated under 17,000. One more about the Unity Party that has failed miserably and that is failing massively.
So let me give you.
So this is the point. I come in. I won. Now I've won. I come in. Let me just end on this. Yeah, I know you're coming.
So you know you.
No. I just want to end this point. So one more about the Unity Party that is not achieving anything. That is not investing in no signature projects. That is not investing in no developments across the country. One more Unity Party that is failing, and I also keep the power on a fragile mandate. I want to repeat this. I want to put this. I want for you to echo. I want to echo this. One more about the Unity Party, as opposed to the citizens that came on a popular mandate 14 candidates out of 15 and lost 17,000. Then the Unity Party that came with a fragile mandate, 17,000, cannot go to the poll 2029 and will win elections because judging from CDC, the Unity Party came on a fragile mandate, which is a tiny 17,000. So with all what we did, the Labrador people say, we'll give, 70,000 of the Labrador people say, we will be able to give the Unity Party the opportunity. So the Unity Party has failed massively and is miserably failing in all sectors of Liberia, across the agriculture, rural, education, health, government, private sector, all over the country. The Unity Party is massively.
So I'm going to look at it from populism and elitism.
Yeah.
Perspective, right?
Yeah.
2017.
What were the elitists 2017?
1 minute.
No, but we got to ask you the question. What were the elitists?
You don't ask question yet.
No problem. Nope.
So 2017, the populists won. The people, the popularity of Mr. Weah defeated, the machinations of the elites.
Yeah.
Right? And you won victory. Right?
Yeah.
When you won in the 6 years' time, you delivered tangible. Plus, you're popular.
If we can win for these countries in this election, then people keep on
so you already have the popularity, and then you added deliverables.
Yeah.
Development, fruition, all these things you added in. So that means you're supposed to be going up.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
But in 2023, the calculated machinism of the elite defeated you in spite of the margin. With all of your popularity, they defeated you.
Yeah.
So they're arguing that they will come together this time around and prevent you.
What means?
You should be figuring it
out. No, because so the logic has been defeated, as I said. The logic has been defeated, Abu, because the CDC came on a popular mandate. We call that consensus dictum. It was a consensus dictum. Democratic populism that overwhelmed 14 counties out of 50 counties. So if the CDC, the almighty CDC, that's among Liberians, seditions, partisans to get the point. If the almighty CDC who went to the polls 2017 election and won 14 counties can be defeated in 2020 election on 17,000. Hold on now. One more about the Unity Party. One more about the Unity Party that did not come to power on a popular mandate that did not come to power. No. Listen to me. That's what I said clearly, and let me repeat this.
What will you do?
We said that clearly. We said Liberia democracy will go at the brink of political collapse. We made this clear. Nobody will apologize on that. The first thing is that nobody going to break elections.
Listen. You know. Always been for the sake of peace.
No. The first thing here is that
yesterday I just got a street. Monitor and some other young people were having conversation. So can you imagine? Say an old man in Baka threatening that he will end the country.
No. The thing about peace. Mostly is the states.
What will you do differently?
The first thing here is that we build in collaboration with different opposition parties.
And what would that collaboration?
That collaboration, it will have a very significant paradigm shift in terms of our approach in the 2029 elections.
We take the election from you.
Abu, you ask a question. Let me learn on this question. Nobody, if anybody from the Unity Party is contemplating and concentrating, thinking about stealing or trying to make attempt to make election 2029. Liberia further democracy will go at the brink of collapse.
Why you go to
court? Liberians will not settle for that.
You go to court.
There'll be no court process. Nobody is going to court. Nobody will go to court. Liberian democracy will come to a state of homeostasis, or will be at that it will go at the brink of political collapse. Nobody is going to settle for one party system in our country. Abu, do you know? Yeah. Before you go to the phone line. Before you go to the phone line, do you know that the reason why Liberians went to war was because of one party system and one party dominance? You went here from this country.
So you want
hold on, I'm coming now. The two-way party was the only political party that led this country for 133 years. So it was then April 12, 1980, the two-way party came to stand still. It was overthrown by Master Sergeant Samuel Kanyado, right? And because of that, one party system and other blatant violations of people's political rights, human rights, economic rights, and the people you call now the political elite imposed and purported themselves on the people. At the end of the day, what happened? When the popular will of the people, the tide of the revolution started in Liberia, when the masses came outside and begin to rally on their head. Hold on. So I come in, sorry, before 10 seconds. Yeah, no problem. Just 10 seconds to say this.
When I got 6 minutes, in your closing, you say that 0776 104 086 500 104 plus 231 86 500 104 are the numbers to call. His name is Aaron Woods, former assistant minister, and of course, a stalwart of the opposition CDC. Good morning. Good morning. Let's hear you. 10 seconds. Go ahead. All right, thank you very much. We owe you that because of time. Why are you coming today? Good morning. Is the president of the country, the president who has a mandate to confront the critical issues of the people you see in the country now? Which summit? The UNG passed on the 23rd. The president is not in the country. Liberians are crying. All right, thank you. Good morning. Are you still on the farm? Call your name. Why you suddenly sick? You got cold? No, I'm asking. I care for you, my brother. Right? You tell me. No, man. I was speaking to you, correct? But make a point. Oh, you see, you know, I wasn't careful now.
Yeah, that's it.
I'll give you the number. You say you won't compare no agricultural now.
The man is just
he
has been politically bastard.
You know,
so he
Good morning. Having we said you got here.
Morning, man.
Morning.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I want you to know one thing. When people see they are coming back, they are not just saying it because of war. They are saying it, their process will obstruct we are from coming back. That's what they're trying to say. I want you people to be conscious of it. And then to watch all the on TV. I it's nice, and so I do what is saying.
Okay. All right, thank you very much. Just to recommend the overhaul of the National Elections Commission, having we gotta go. I think respond in and under one.
Yeah. So the young people who come in, I will read my number after. Maybe give you my number so you can get in tune. And let me appreciate all the callers. On the issue about the elections, we want to be very clear. Civil servants, motorcyclists, young boys, like bring people across the country, all around the country, they know that the unity parties are disappointment. They're not coming back. They are not coming back. And in terms of stealing elections, nobody is going to stay in this country for the unity party to work the election. It's not going to happen. The first thing is that, like I said to you, Abu, we gave unity party 12 years after the war. We gave unity party 6 years. How many years? 18 years. If you gave United Party and 6 years, how many years you gave United Party? 24 years. So it means that you give one party 24 years and you are now planting the seed of one party system and one party state. No, but one party state. We change your president, but there were one party state. On the same way was under the 2B party. The 2B party had different presidents, but the party as an institution stood up for 133 years. So while Gabriel went to war for, that why the country went to war for, and not because of rights. It was because of economic, it was because of political.
The party will defy democracy.
I am saying to you, nobody can stop the tide of the revolution in this country. Go Ghana. Gabriel, I reach your ANC level. No. But United Party is now a liberation movement. So it's not going to enjoy the leverage of the African National Congress. In Ghana, the current president was retired. He lost the second time he went for re-election. He lost. The people re-elected him. I mean, yes, but the same thing in Ghana. They happy. They happy in America as well. Donald Trump was one-term president. At the end of the day, they went as far as even putting. Essentially carrying to court. Taking someone of supporters into prison and everything. Donald Trump came back to power. So I'm saying to you, if anybody feels and thinks that the CDC is going to compromise or stands to come into power 2029 because of people evading party headquarters or because of Gabriel Common abusing the Liberal National Police, let me tell you, 2029 will not be 2023. 2023 will not be 2029. At 2029, we will apply everything possible in this country. Everything possible at our disposal. Okay. We will use everything covered and overt means in this country to democratically march with President Weah at the executive mansion. And any force that try to circumvent that, they tell me there will be political consequences in the country. So as I speak to you, we are anticipating our standing member, we are anticipating our political leader, the party will get remobilized, rejuvenated, and we are going to retire Jeremiah and Waka as one-term president and vice president in this country.
Thank you so much for the time. His name is Arvin Wisa, and of course, he's been our guest here on the final lap of the conversation this morning on Freedom 87.9. And this is how we like to leave you all. Here we gotta go.
We will be back here on Monday. Until then, I'm going to be here tomorrow. Let's keep the peace of Liberia.
Most definitely. Until we see you, do have yourself a wonderful time, and make sure your babies don't support Chelsea. They're a very frustrating football club. My name is Abu Sharif Higa was here. Until we see you, have a wonderful time. Bye-bye.